Hi, I'm Shane Croucher of IBTimes UK and I'm joined today by Bill Mawer, who is Chairman and Chief Executive of AIM-listed ImageScan Holdings plc. So thanks very much for coming in, Bill. Just tell us exactly what ImageScan is and what it does.
So ImageScan is an X-ray company. We produce X-ray inspection systems for security and industry. On the security side, our main product range is portable X-ray systems. So if somebody leaves a bomb on a station platform and police turn up, they want to see what's inside, say a bag or whatever container there, they'll have an X-ray transmitter and an X-ray detector panel, and they'll deploy those, draw back, and they can get a picture of what's inside the bag on a laptop. In the industrial side, our main area is non-destructive testing, so we'll look at industrial components using an X-ray system and make key measurements. Our core product there is actually in the automotive industry, looking at catalytic converters.
And so do you develop the technology yourself, or do you purchase products from elsewhere?
No, we develop ourselves. We have an R&D team. It includes X-ray engineers, electronics people, mechanical engineering, and a small software team. So we can do the end-to-end product in our development lab in Loughborough in the UK, and it's very much a UK based business, and that's where all the technology research and development goes on.
And is it just businesses and government who are primarily, or public sector organisations who are primarily your customers, or do you ever see this technology applied in like the day-to-day basis in a household or anything like that?
Not to a large extent. The customer base, particularly on the security side, is government. So police forces, security forces, the military bomb disposal teams are customers of ours as well, for example. On the industrial side, it's really manufacturing businesses who are the target for this type of system.
And what have been the recent developments in the technology that you've developed? What have been the recent innovations?
Well, in our core portable X-ray market, we've seen a couple of things over the last year or so. One is the adoption of sort of medical X-ray technology using solid-state detector panels. That's quite new, and it creates a smaller, lighter system that produces much higher quality image. The other thing is probably the adoption of wireless technology, and we've fully embraced that in the new products we're developing. And I think it's probably true to say we're the only company out there with a fully wireless system, so the operator doesn't have to run cables all around the platform to make his system work. He just puts down the transmitter and the receiver, and the system's working straight away.
And where do you see the technology going? Is it some things like clearer images, perhaps, or what are going to be the future trends, do you see?
Well, we're just launching a range of new products over the next few months that take on board these recent developments and use the medical X-ray technology. There's constant drive for smaller, lighter systems, people sometimes having to carry these units quite a distance before they get set up. But there's people are always looking for two things really in the X-ray business. One is better penetration, in other words, being able to see through denser, more complex objects. And the second is a better image, to get a better quality image. And we measure these things in terms of the thickness of wire that you can detect in the picture, and the targets for that get smaller all the time.
And where do you see the most demand for your products? Is it primarily security, given the heightened tensions post 9/11 and the various other big security issues that we've seen in recent years?
Well, post 9/11 there was a really large growth and explosion almost in the security marketplace and the market for detectors. And that market continues to be impacted by security events that we read about in the newspapers. So the liquid explosives threat, the underpants bomber, and even something as recent as the Boston Marathon attack just over a year ago. That impacts our business. If incidents like that force police forces to think more about what they're going to do with people leaving packages or suitcases in places, and do they have the tools to respond? So those sorts of things will create a lot of news, but over time they also create growth in the marketplace for people like us.
And is that growth going to continue in the marketplace, do you think, as people adapt to these sort of technologies, or perhaps become more security conscious?
Yes, I think as long as the terrorist threat around the world continues, then people will continue to invest in security technology and new generations of technology as they come along. And I don't think we see anything that's going to cause that trend to flatten out anytime soon.
And you said primarily your business is in the UK. Are you viewing maybe looking out and going globally to countries where they do have these growing security
Although
risks?
the business is in the UK, our marketplace is already a very global one. I think currently about 20 or 30% of our product goes in the UK and the rest is exported. We have pretty strong position in markets in the Middle East and in Asia. And one of the things I'm hoping to do coming into the business is to use my network to expand the global reach of the business into North and South America and other areas. But it is already a business that exports from the UK quite successfully.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for your time, Bill. Appreciate it. I've been joined by Bill Mawer, who is Chairman and Chief Executive of the AIM-listed Image Scan Holdings plc. Thanks very much for watching.